Keep right onto I-20 west toward Jackson.
And now we are sort of waiting for the traffic to catch up with us. Look at those hips in this mirror, man. Oof. And this is kind of like the Autobahn. I've been able to like get away with pretty good speeds here in clusters of people, and it's been fun. This is a fun little stretch of America right here. Oh, this guy's coming up. See what I mean about the Autobahn? Hell yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I was doing 80, by the way. So there you go. There's a secret. Don't tell anybody about this part of America, okay? Look at that, he's gone. Damn. You know, this is a sexy looking car, and I think it's aged well over time. I don't think people understood it when it came out, but now it's like, would you have a clown shoe or would you have this for like a fraction of the cost? And that was the whole point of this exercise, is to like do many things at once. But I think I got it right here. I think we're gonna find out, and we're on our way. Handling feels really solid in here too. Drives straight, so straight. The previous owner took good care of it. I totally forgot to ask if it pulls left or right. And when I picked it up, I was like, oh yeah, does it pull? Because that would be really annoying to have a pull to the right or left when you're going 1,000 miles on a road trip. He's like, nope, it's straight as an arrow. And yep, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, sir. So this is what Mississippi looks like. And it will change like every 20 miles as we go through. So bear that in mind. Keep that in your head, because I'm gonna keep putting the video on showing you the terrain, and you'll be like, wow, it's totally changed. But Mississippi's freaky with that. So it occurred to me, you hear songs about New York, LA, Chicago, Miami, and the club, but you never hear about Chunky. You know, Chunky's a place too. How come no one talks about Chunky in their music? Anyway, let's talk about this real quick, the nav system. I'm going to try and add a waypoint. I thought I was going to do a separate video. I decided, you know what? If you're watching this video this much, thank you. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So there's some controls here on the back, and there's also actually a remote control for a passenger to use right here. So since I can't hold the phone and the remote at the same time while I'm driving, well, maybe I can. Let's do this. I should be able to go to back, and then I can go to enter for set destination, points of interest, move to the right, along the route, enter, gas station, yes, enter, so blah, 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 blah. So it knows where we're going, so it knows what we're gonna hit up along the way, and what's basically off the freeway. So I don't know how old this database is and how what it would take to update it. Okay, so Pilot, that is a truck stop that will have most of the things we probably need, and it'll probably have decent prices. Hopefully it's still there. If this is a 10-year-old car, that's a 10-year-old database, so you probably won't see anything like Loves or anything on there. Shell, yeah. So let's go back up. Boom, boom, boom. Pilot. Well, there's two of them. I think I'll choose that one. Add to the itinerary. Okay. So that's important. Add to the itinerary. So that's what we'll do. I'll use the arrow here and enter. Now we can go to that item. Oops, go up. So it's already in the order we want it. So first we go to Pilot, and then we go to that address in Dallas. And we can add another one to the itinerary, or we can choose our route options, or we can clear the whole thing. So we want to go to both of those locations in that order. Hopefully you can see that. It's kind of a challenging time to do this. And then, yeah, that's what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and enter. And I'll put my remote back here behind the waterfall. And then it's calculating. You can see it's calculating there. And it'll play through the stereo speakers. Of course, I cannot play music because the music would be copyright flagged. So I've been listening to music the whole time on this great stereo, by the way. I just don't want to have a problem monetizing this video, because monetizing it helps pay for the fuel and the hotel and the food, by the way. So thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment. And we're going to keep going here through Mississippi. Look at that beautiful sky. Wow. I'll take a shot of that. Put that on Instagram. Wow. And that Corvette is gone. That thing is gone, gone, gone. I thought maybe we'll see him in 5 minutes on the side of the road. Nope. Epic. Just thought I'd give you a view of Mississippi again. So beautiful. Wow. Yes, I opened the sunroof. Blah, 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 blah. That's because I can have fresh air in and out of the cabin without having the window down where I'm buffeting and just blowing things around. The sunroof allows the air to kind of exchange without a turbulence. So I prefer that. And then if we look in the mirror, we've got more Autobahn stuff going on here. He taped out his Ford badge for some reason, because it's a Hyundai Elantra. I understand why. Yeah. It's important to set your destination to your fuel, right? That way you can see in the top left corner there, 62 miles to my stopover. That's because for fuel, if I was running a little shorter on my fuel, I could gauge, like, obviously I'm not cutting it close here, but if I was cutting it closer, I'd be able to make alternative plans if things were just not calculating out correctly, right? I'd be like, oh, I think I'll just stop right there, but I'm not, because I'm going right by it. But that's the point. At least you have a game plan. So we will continue onward. Well, let me close that. We'll talk about something real quick. I didn't write the book on road trips, but I made the video on it. I also keep snacks like jerky there. Jerky will dry you out because it's salty and stuff, so you end up drinking more and then all that. So that's really just in case I get stranded somewhere. I don't need to go find food. I have food right there. So that helps. Like, let's say you get a flat tire, motor craps out, something happens, I don't know, maybe there's a bad accident, which I've seen that kind of stuff before. You're covered for at least a day with at least 4 ounces of jerky, right? The other thing too is, well, a case of water. And beyond that, you have everything you need in case anything happens. So you just want a little bit of a backup plan. Case of water is $3. Jerky right there is like $6. You can snack on it along the way if you have 2 bags, and then just leave one in the trunk somewhere in case you have a need to, you know, wait for, if you're waiting for a long time, you have coverage. Okay, I'm gonna move on now. Thank you for listening to that little public service message. Okay, you can see way off in the distance there, that is the sign for Love's Truck Stop, which has really good coffee and stuff, and I'm gonna stop there instead of the Pilot or whatever I put in the nav. The nav system database is probably 10 years old, and you might go, well, that's why I use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. That's great, but if you don't have reception, we do, but if you don't, you're not gonna find the destination, because it'll have to do dead reckoning, and it'll have to do a bunch of other things on your phone to get you there, and if, let's just say, you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, you don't know how far everything is. If you don't have internet, it won't look up the tire shop or whatever for you. Whereas here in the database, I have that information. Even though it's 10 years old, I can still make phone calls and call and find out, oh no, I can't because I don't have reception. At least I can still figure out how far I have to walk. Yeah. So there's Love's. We're gonna get off here and clean the windshield. That's about time. Coming in. Gonna make a left.
Turn right.
No, bro. See, I haven't canceled that destination, so it's a little off. Had to switch hands to switch gears. Alright. There it is. Alright, I'm gonna fill up and clean the windshield. I guess it's time to work. Do some real work this time. Thanks for watching my videos so that I can afford this fuel at this price. I really appreciate the help. I do everything to bring things to you all. This is a fun one. Now, I didn't see anything about wiper service position, so hopefully these can just... Oh yes. Look at that. Traditional wipers that will lift up so I can use the squeegee thing on there while I fuel. Oh yeah, I have to hit the... Yes. Excellent. Alright, let me pay for this. Okay, this pump kept turning off on me, so I'm not sure what the pump's problem is, but I managed to get it somewhat topped off. Looks like it. And this time it was only 7.5 gallons, but it was 25 bucks. I'm like, that seems cheap. I don't understand what just happened, but regardless. Hit the road. I gotta take my shoes off here. Okay. Full tank. Get my seatbelt on. This is so difficult right now. I'm so tired. Not tired, just what's this heat? 84 degrees out there. Whew, it feels like it. It's humid. All right, advanced mode. We'll take that. And now it's going to give us a problem. It's going to be like, oh, hey, you need to work on your directions. So we're going to clear out the pilot one. I'll show you how to do that right now. Click on back. And I think we go to itinerary. So we go to itinerary, and then we go up to pilot, right? And then we go to there's a little right arrow. So we go right, delete. And that's it. Now we just go start guidance.
Please proceed to the indicated route.
All right, we are cleared for takeoff. Brake is down. First gear. Clear. Gonna be on the front here. How funny is that? Bye-bye, B. All right. Back on the freeway.
.2 miles ahead. Turn left onto I-20 west toward Jackson.
Jackson, Mississippi. What is that from?
1/10 of a mile ahead. Turn left onto I-20 west toward Jackson.
I know it's Bruno Mars, but what was that song he did? I totally forgot. Oh, Uptown Funk.
Turn left.
Big left here for the trucks. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get on. See you. All right, you see how crazy is that? I was like, why is my music not playing? I go to Spotify and it's like, you don't have any reception. So just as soon as I was talking about not relying on your Google Android or Android Auto or Apple CarPlay for your navigation, and the reason why you would want built-in navigation with a database is because when you lose reception, you're screwed, and there it is. If we had a flat tire here, we wouldn't know which direction to go. We wouldn't know, maybe there's one exit that way, a half a mile. So this is where the help comes in from that kind of thing. We still don't have reception. So it's not like you just walk 100 yards and it's like make a call. We are offline. So that's the importance.